at the party. Let's wait for everyone to be like super messed up, and then suggest that you invited your uncle who was a cop to the party.
What's up, fancy hairdressers?
It's classic Monica ruining the intro. What's up, fancy hairdressers? Welcome back to another episode of This Is a Bad Idea podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Kahn. With me, as most of the time, is...
It's been hello.
It's been hello. And locally, we have local Monica here.
Monica.
Isn't that what we were calling you last episode? Like, it's locally...
Home
team Monica?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it homegrown? Like,
but I'll take local.
Locally sourced?
Yeah, look, I feel locally sourced.
Locally sourced Monica?
Yeah.
Man, it has been an insane week. I'm like super tired. I feel like I've said that on a few of these episodes in the last few months because we're trying to get, well, we have it. I have the new salon set up, ready. There are 2 people out there taking clients right now.
It is being used.
Yeah.
It's functioning.
I'm like, should we have done this? No. I think we should have.
Yeah, it's great.
It seems fine.
You got a lot of plants out there now.
That's true. I went and bought a boatload of plants. It is kind of
They look
fun
good.
to do that. How long until you think they're dead?
Oh, yeah, the fun part is buying them in day one because they look really great. Succulents sometimes they die soon, but they don't look dead yet. So they could be dead already.
A dead succulent just becomes like an air plant?
Yeah.
That's all an air plant is?
You kind of brush up against it and it crumbles and you're like, I had no idea.
Oh, this one's dead. That happened once with a frog I had. Or a turtle. It was a turtle, not a frog. So, you know St. Simon's or whatever?
So you know
the
Satan?
Island?
Yeah,
Yes.
the island.
Yes.
They have these little turtles there, these little like, silver dollar looking turtles.
Yeah.
And we went to this pet store and there's like 1,000 of these in a tank. And I Google it, and it says like you're not supposed to keep them in a tank with other ones because of all the bacteria and whatever, they get sick, so on and so forth.
They may die.
I bought one. It's like $1, got a little tank for it.
Saved his life, maybe.
It was too late.
From the setup, it sounded like you were going to save his life.
I wish that I had saved his life, but I got him.
Until the point where he died.
Yeah, like I have him. I got the tank. He's in the tank, and he's like gasping, like doing this gasping thing where he's like,
Yeah.
like doing this little turtle gasp. Yeah, he's not making any sound, but he's like opening his mouth. It looks like he can't breathe. So I kind of Google it and find out that it seems like he has like, if he's in the tank with other ones, they get like some sort of respiratory issue, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great, he's got this thing, and he's $1. So I'm like, he's not going to the vet. This is exactly how he's going to die.
Did he have a name, this turtle?
A what?
A name.
Oh,
Did he make it
I think it was
fire?
Simon because of where we got him.
Okay.
But he lived for like a little while, a couple of weeks. He stopped gasping, thought he was doing great. I'm like feeding him, whatever. And then TJ, our friend TJ, you guys know TJ, comes
Yes.
over and he's like looking at him and he goes, I think he's dead, dude. And he's like on a rock. I'm like, he's not dead. And then I reach in there to pick him up and he peels off the rock, like peels off the rock. And I'm like, oh yeah, he is dead.
Oh, Simon.
sure. Yep.
And what a horrible life.
Well, I mean, it was better than being in the tank dying with all the rest.
Really? I mean, he had friends. He was dying with friends.
I was his friend. So yeah, he didn't live. But maybe these plants will live longer. You're a plant person, are you not? Like you're half like you have a lot of plants, they do well.
I enjoy plants.
We've given you plants that were dying and you've brought them back to life. Like a tree. I gave you a tree.
You gave me a raspberry bush, and when I got it to thrive and live and survive that day that you left it in your car at 80 or 90
Left
degrees.
it in the car. Yeah.
It turned into a blackberry bush, not a raspberry bush.
Is that how you make a blackberry?
Put it in a
No.
hot car.
You heat the tree. Is it a climate thing? Like raspberries grow in more temperate climate?
They're 2 different bushes. So this was actually a blackberry bush. You thought you had raspberry bush. It wasn't going to make it that far anyways. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How are you with plants, Ben?
For the audio listener, me, Ben.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I don't pay attention to them too much.
But you have plants at the house?
I do have one plant on my station that Theo gave everyone one.
Yeah.
And it's still alive.
You're the only one that still has it alive. That was like
I got one.
over a year ago.
I got
So-
one sitting up on there.
It's probably dead.
It seems fine. It looks the same, but like you said,
Mine-
it's like a succulent, so you never know.
We're gonna do the crumble
it is alive
test.
because every now and then one of the leaves will die and break off.
So, you can tell it's alive because
It's
every
slow.
once in a while it dies a little.
I can tell it's alive because it's dying.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dying. It's not dead yet.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was a nice little finishing touches out there, getting the
I
last
like 'em.
plants and everything.
And they're going to look great when they start to grow even bigger.
Yeah, hopefully.
You
The
know?
plant wall, like we made that garden wall out there. It
Yeah.
was so hard because all the walls here are like a very crumbly plaster. So trying to get stuff hung up on the walls was like a nightmare. And I was like out there just pretending to actually be able to do, man stuff
Yeah.
without
Should've
Ben.
used Velcro.
That's not a bad idea.
No, that's a horrible idea.
Is it a
It's
horrible idea? See, this is
idea.
exactly why I can't be the one doing it.
Every month, every now and then we'll hear,
Someone had Velcro on that wall because they've painted over. Like there's a piece of Velcro that's been like plastered and painted over on the wall already. So they,
You know
they
what
put
that
something
means? Velcro would have been a great idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Velcro
It's
is
held up this
forever.
long. Yeah.
But that's me just like, posturing and being like, oh, I could do this without Ben.
You did it.
Or other Ben.
Jake, you and I
you know.
arrange and build things the same way, and it's fine until people get all judgy about it later.
Yeah, until
But,
there's extra pieces.
Yeah.
And I'm
I-
always like, they probably gave us extra pieces in case some of the other pieces broke. And
Yeah.
we had to
Yeah.
in case some of these screws broke.
We should have a competition. It's not a competition. We should have a thing one day where you and I have to put together the same piece of furniture that Matt and Ben have to
Oh my
put
God.
together.
And they'll be done in 2 seconds and ours will be
They have to compare what they look like.
ours is like halfway through, it just becomes a completely different piece of
Mine
furniture.
is a piece of art.
Yeah, we were
just count how
inspired.
many extra pieces are at the end. That would be fun.
Ben's like, I would be good at that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
What's the last piece of furniture? That's like for everything for the salon that I bought. I tried to buy things that you don't have to put together. The one
Yeah.
thing that is Todd put together out there for me yesterday. One of the things that actually was like an IKEA style, but everything else is like massive, big, heavy furniture.
You let Todd inside of the building?
No, he did it. He was he did it on the
Outside.
roof.
Okay.
did
That
it
sounds
outside.
That sounds better.
It wasn't that hot. He did
Yeah.
it. I cracked a window. He
I
was
knew
in
I
a
didn't-
car. He
I
put
knew
it
I
together
didn't-
in the car. But we
I knew
cracked
I
the window
didn't
for him.
smell him in here, but that was odd.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I don't get that close to him, so I'm not sure
Yeah.
how he smells really. But I like to do that. What's the last piece of furniture you put together, Monica, like that? And how did it go?
I don't get to. Matt puts all the furniture together now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try. Maybe a puzzle. Does a puzzle count? I didn't even do that.
No, it doesn't. Did you did you guys do Legos as a kid?
Yeah.
Did you?
that's them.
Did you?
In a very abstract way, probably in a way similar to what you might have done with Legos.
I didn't do Legos because I was so frustrated by them.
Well, I
I
wasn't
was like, I
trying
want
to
to
build
play.
something.
Yeah, I'm like trying to play with a toy, not make one.
I just wanted to stick them all. I just, would just stack them.
But the same thing would happen by the time I got to the end of like if you bought a Lego set that's like, oh, put together the Millennium Falcon or whatever. I'll get to the end. I'm like, it looks kind of like a Buick. I don't know what happened.
I wouldn't
Or
have
like
attempted that.
parts of it are all like on backwards. Or it can't be finished unless you go back 75 steps and like turn
Yeah.
one piece around.
We're not going back.
That to me is not fun.
Yeah,
like
forget that.
when I was playing with Legos, it was like, here's a box of blocks.
You
You build
make it.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
and
that's-
there's no instructions, and that's fun, I think. But when it's something like a specific thing, it's like it doesn't take any skill to do that. You just have to follow
all the
instructions.
steps.
How,
Oh.
fun.
how rude.
Is it like it was trying to prepare us for being adults, and they're like, "You're going to shop at IKEA."
You're gonna need to know how to do this.
Following the steps is impossible for me, and I'm an adult, and I don't have to follow steps anymore.
That's
I
true.
can do them completely out of order,
You can
which
break the
feels
molds.
right.
Well, yeah,
So-
I am good at that, and I do it. Like I put together some stuff.
Oh yeah.
out there.
I mean, all those stations that we just got rid of downstairs 2 years ago,
Yeah,
2.5
that was
years
horrible.
ago. You put those together. You and Matt put
Me
those
and
together.
Matt, we crushed those.
That was so brutal. Well, I was so that was like when we were getting new stations for COVID, trying to get open. We had like a week to get in line with
Yeah.
COVID protocols or whatever to be open. You're there putting those together. I'm trying to go to a storage unit to put the old ones in storage.
That was a mess.
That was also a disaster, yeah. You guys were having much more success putting stuff together, I feel like. And we get to the storage unit, and they're not able to get into their own units. Like I'm like, we've purchased, made sure we had everything that we needed, and they're like, we're not able to get it open.
Did you solve the riddle?
They were like, none of the codes are working to get in. And I was like, well, just cut the lock. Like,
Yeah.
get me in. Like, what, are you a business?
Cut the lock.
What is happening?
They won't be able to secure your gear after that.
Whatever. I just wanted to get it out of the truck and just get it off my hands, you know. But that was a whole total nightmare. But I'm glad that we've gotten rid of those, purged all the last COVID-related things from the salon, you know.
Yeah, it is nice. And that's another thing that we put together the other day, just the little blow dryer holder things on the side of those.
Oh, yeah, the new
those
stations.
are nice. Speaking of our sponsor, Minerva.
Yeah.
They are a nice station, and it's very easy. You take it out of the box and put 3 screws in there. It's ready to go.
Yeah, you know, I was worried at first that it was like, you're going to have to attach every little door, every little knob. They're like, we sent you a log of wood. Yeah. Whittle a station. Like, that's how a lot of it goes, I feel like.
Yeah.
I was just at their showroom, actually.
Oh, I saw.
Walking up. It's like, it's literally...
Does it look like our salon now?
No, but they have so much space. It's like 70,000 square feet of space or something. It's crazy.
Like a giant Walmart or something?
It is. It's like the size of like the airport or something. It's like an insane
got a train in there?
hangar. Well, I drove a golf cart around in there.
Oh, that's fun.
Like literally they had me, I was hanging off the side of a golf cart, like, because, you know, we're making this video for them, and I'm like hanging off the golf cart, acting like it's a ship, and I'm like a captain looking out like across the seas on it, you know.
I'll do whatever you want for these stations.
They didn't know what they were getting into having me
Right.
like be there doing this. Like they were sitting down and like sort of asking questions about you know, why would you choose Minerva over other companies? And I was like, well, you have a monopoly over the the salon furniture industry, and I don't have any other choices.
Are there other companies?
There are. They were like, well, there's one called and I got them confused.
We'll have to bleep that.
Yeah, we can bleep these out. But I got them confused with that company that was trafficking or was accused of trafficking kids.
Wayfair.
With Wayfair.
Wayfair, yeah.
The
So
cabinets.
they go like, there's you know, we'll bleep it. There's and I go, well, you know, don't they traffic kids or whatever? And this is like sitting there on camera.
Minerva's like, yes.
They're like, cut. They're like, we can't, you know, accuse our competitors of child trafficking on this commercial.
We didn't know we were going to have to include the lawyers in this commercial
They
with
have to be
you,
in the room with me.
But we need to call him down here or her.
At all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be sexist, Monica.
Sorry, they.
Call them down here.
Them.
And I was like doing headstands on the furniture and all sorts of stuff in there. So it was pretty fun. I hurt my neck doing that. You know, as I was doing it, I was like, Monica's going to be like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be doing headstands.
You shouldn't do that. It's covered by their insurance, I guess.
It was probably not.
You need to contact them and fill out an accident form.
Yeah. It's better today, luckily, but I was like, man,
Well,
I've totally screwed my neck
You
up.
know, that's what happens before your neck just breaks off from a previous injury. You know, you feel good for a little while, and then boom, you look too hard. You're like, oh, is that a bird? And you're like, oh,
Exactly. You
like
just
forever.
like, you're like, oh, it's fine. And then you look to the left and you're like, oh, well, I'm paralyzed now.
The other day, the wind was so intense. We had like hurricane
It
winds.
was a lot of wind, yeah.
So my neck is like a little weird, and I go to get gas, and when I open the car door, the wind just flings my car door open, and like my hair is like this, you know. And I moved. I don't want to do it, but I moved my head
Don't
real
hurt
fast.
your neck.
I moved my head real fast, and it hurt, and I got like a little headache while I was pumping gas, and I was like, "Is this?" No one like gives you these pamphlets when you go to the doctor in your 30s
About
like,
not moving your head back and forth.
Don't move your head too fast because
too quickly.
Yeah. You know, and also I was like, what was I trying to look at though? You can't see the wind.
Well, I thought you were trying to get your hair out of your face. You were just
I was just
freaking out.
bombarded by reality or something. I don't know. And I can't sue anyone for the wind. I can't fill out an accident report for that.
You know what? Another thing I noticed about why I shouldn't do a headstand besides the risk of injury.
Because you don't normally do those. You're not a professional yogi or whatever.
There's no such thing. A professional yogi. But anybody who claims that, it's like, get over it. You're not.
They're capable of doing headstands without hurting themselves.
I literally just did. I'm fine today. But
Yeah, but if you get paid for something, then you're a professional.
I guess that's
plenty
true.
of people that do.
Well, there's a professional person who does yoga, or like a yoga instructor. I would call you a yogi. I feel like that implies that you like, you know, can float while you're meditating and you know, see actual auras around people or something. You know what I mean? But
No.
the reason I was saying not to do the reason I was saying not to do a headstand and get recorded is because you're never more aware of what shape you are
Yeah, when your shirt
than
falls
when
down and
you're
stuff.
when you're upside down looking at an image of yourself with everything just sort of like bloop, like sort of blobs down.
You're
just
like,
a teeny
wow,
bit.
my face looks so fat upside down.
Yeah, like my middle.
Everything's
and
all squished.
I was like, oh, I look like a bowling pin when I'm
Yeah.
upside down.
And you don't, since you're not a professional yogi and they exist, you know, I'm sure your face looks like you can see the struggle a little bit, not like this.
My face is
like,
beet red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm about to black out while I'm doing this. But I used to, I took gymnastics when I was young.
It means
I
nothing.
took gymnastics for 3 years. So I could do, I couldn't do like
You can't-
full on backflips. So I could do like back walkovers. I could do cartwheels, one-handed cartwheels, round-offs, things like that.
I took gymnastics too, but I also didn't have knee surgery. You can't do any of these things.
I'll do one of them right now. I will get up and do one
No,
right now.
right
our
on the podcast.
insurance has to cover that. That's not a good thing. Do it somewhere
I'll
else.
smash through these lights.
Yeah.
That'll be what happens. Is I'll do it, but I'll break everything in the room doing
Yeah,
it.
I think we should do it at a later time.
Yeah, we can like add
Someone
it.
else's
Maybe we'll go
business.
outside and get a shot of me doing it. We can add it in the end of the
Yeah.
YouTube. If you're not watching the YouTube, get on there and watch me do a cartwheel or something.
I did one at one of these Goldwell shows.
Oh yeah, you did one down the aisle.
Mannequins.
Where you just
It was very graceful and
It's-
seamless, of course.
It was good.
when you're
Full extension.
Oh yeah.
when you're in a big room and the ceilings, you just feel it. You're like, I just want to fucking do a cartwheel right now.
Doing a flip.
Like
Yeah.
I just got to do this.
So you took gymnastics. What could you do back in the day? Could you do back handspring?
No,
No.
no.
Just because you're there. Like some people just take gymnastics. and they're just
That's why I'm really judgmental. I'm like, just because you took gymnastics doesn't mean you can do stuff.
like, they benched Monica in a
I was taller.
Children's gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
a class, not even an event. They're like, just get in the corner, Monica.
I was taller than the other people taking
Oh, okay.
gymnastics at the time. I'm not very tall right now, but when I was taller when I was younger than the other kids, I guess. So, you
Peak
know.
So
Sure.
I knew you had no future in it.
Yeah, and my mom, I was a talker, and my mom eventually was like, "Hey, I don't really know if you like really enjoy gymnastics or just like hanging out with your friends." And
And I don't want to pay for you to hang out with your friends.
yeah, like I don't feel like I have to get off of work and come pick you up and like take you to this place for you to get, like I remember one time I was standing in line and it was the thing where you jump and it like gives you a springboard or whatever. You run, you jump, and you like hit a pose and then you land on your feet.
Uh-huh.
And I was turned around talking to my friends the whole time. And then when it was finally my turn, I ran and did like a pike where you like touch your toes, and then I landed in that position.
Ooh.
Like just like
You broke your tailbone on the way down, maybe?
no, it was fine. But she was like things like that where you don't really pay attention, And I was like, I was a cheerleader too. I could
Really?
I couldn't tumble again.
Thought you had
was
to be like cool for that.
I was cool.
Oh, okay.
Bitch, I will fight you. Again, I'm sorry if you're upset that you weren't a cheerleader, Jake, but you don't have to
Cool
pick on
girls
me
were
for it. You don't have to
cheerleaders.
pick on me.
Cool guys took, recreational gymnastics outside of school. Did you do any? You played actual sports. So this is why
I played
I'm not,
actual sports too.
Yeah.
Well, I
I want to hear from Ben.
What year did you play sports up into?
I played baseball and basketball since I was a little kid into high school, but then I stopped once I had to get a real job over at the Chick-fil-A in the mall.
Oh, okay.
Once I made it to 16.
Okay, so you stopped playing at
Yeah.
16.
So Chick-fil-A
Yeah, I
ruined
got it.
your
Yeah.
career?
Yeah.
You could have been a pro ball
I'm a
player.
Professional baseball player.
What position would you have played if you had made it?
I would have played center field.
Okay, because you just want to like hang
So I'm a
out.
fast runner,
Okay, I thought that center field was like where you just go out and like things don't happen often.
You stand in the
No,
center.
it's the where you have to cover the most ground.
Oh, really? I thought that was like shortstop. But I'm
Shortstop
also
too. I would like to be good. I was good at shortstop.
see. I don't,
You don't
actually
know
what
any of
these
these
mean.
things.
I'm just saying baseball words that I've
Shortstop
heard.
is an infield position that you need to be really fast and cover a lot of ground. But
Is that
center
directly
field is
behind-
way farther. It's way bigger.
It's behind long stop.
Shut up. Is that directly behind the pitcher? So if something goes past the pitcher,
It's not
No,
directly.
that's the
Your shortstop.
umpire.
But yeah,
No.
shortstop is the one that's in between second base and third base.
okay.
So
So
it's behind the pitcher and
The
field.
shortstop.
Umpire is not a position that you play. I'm wrong about that, right?
There are umpires out there though.
But they're not playing on a team.
What's it do with the goalie? No. His
The
name is the
catcher.
catcher.
What does he do? Yeah.
That's the one behind the catcher, not the shortstop,
I
Monica.
am amazed.
See?
Yeah, we've gotten you into baseball in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
Wow. Okay.
It was exciting times. Last
Yeah, I
year
mean,
when we were-
I had fun. I think what's getting me into more sports is being around people who are into it. And there's, for some reason, Atlanta has been in a lot of moments recently where it's like, this is it. This is going to be crazy.
I'm realizing that when we watched the playoffs or the games into the finals with the Braves, the baseball
So
team.
yeah,
Playoffs,
you've really
that's
got it. Yeah.
Well, I'm just realizing that when we were all watching that together at that bar and we were cheering, you didn't know.
I didn't even know who was who.
You didn't know what was happening. Or why we were
I
cheering.
know roughly
Yeah,
enough
but-
to see if you get all the way around, then you got a point.
Yeah, if you're in the room with other people that know, it's easy.
I wouldn't
to
have been
get
able to
caught
say
up.
like, here's each one of these dudes' names and the position they're
No.
playing, but I can be like, this is baseball, and they hit a ball with a stick. I
That's
get
all
it.
you really need to know.
Yeah,
People
I can
take it kind of seriously.
I can fully explain cricket and rugby though. Both. No, I can't do either one. No one. I could almost pronounce rugby wrong. I said ragby.
Yeah, it was
Did
close.
you play a sport?
I played basketball in 4th and 5th grade. You know, but I was horrible, and I was not able to run down the court and dribble at the same time.
Yeah, that's important.
That is a key part. So the coach would always put me in when they were like, all right, Jake, we need you to hurt this kid.
Yeah.
Like, this kid has been scoring a lot, and we need you to take him out. And they'd be
Jake
willing
the
to.
tank. Jake the
Yeah, like,
tank.
they would literally be willing to let me be like, all right, you're going to go in, and you're going to, like, clock this kid from
Might get
behind.
suspended for a game or two.
Yeah, it's like, I don't get to play
You
the
weren't
rest of
going
the
to play
game.
anyways.
Yeah, I was fully defense. Do not pass to me, but I can come up and they would do this. They would go, good foul, good foul, good foul.
Yeah.
is what they would do. You know of this like sort of reaction?
There are people even in the NBA that are like that.
Really?
They're just sort of goons, you know?
Yeah,
They go
I was
out there and
definitely
You were a
play
goon.
defense and like foul people. And
They would send me
they
there
don't
like,
really try to score or anything.
I would hate for anything to happen to you. You know, like like that's
Yeah.
what, they'd send me to the other bench and be like, "You're doing a good job. I'd hate for that to change."
Oh my gosh. I guess I was a soccer goon then.
Really? They would
Yeah.
like slide tackle that girl, Monica.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever what's her name? Tanya Harding? Anybody? If you can remember, someone got hurt real good.
Well, in swimming, I broke someone's nose.
Holy shit!
Not on
Swimming?
You
not
drowned
on
a girl?
Not on purpose, but
That's
yeah.
a non-contact.
Yeah,
sport.
you know,
Yeah, you don't, you're in different lanes.
It's one of the reasons why I enjoyed swimming was that I thought that there'd be no contact or whatever. But I was in a relay race where you go one after the other, and I was the final swimmer.
Oh no, girl didn't get out of the way.
You have
She
to
did not
jump
get-
over their head,
She didn't
right?
get out. Yeah, and she didn't get out of the way. And
You drove into her.
my knee hit the bridge of her nose. My coach was just lit, and he was just like, "Go, go!" And I was like, "Wait, she's not here yet." You know, like, hang on.
You're losing this for me, Monica.
Yeah, and I'm like waiting for her to touch the wall, and she slows down and she sticks her head out of the water, and he's like, "Go!" And I like just bent my knees like I'm ready to go, and she finally touched the wall, and I just went. She just kept her head out of the water.
Do you have to get handed anything in a swimming relay, or no? You just dive
No.
over her. You're not like handed like a glowing
They have to
orange
touch.
stick.
They just have to touch the damn wall and get out of the way.
How old were you here?
Probably like 13.
Okay.
We won.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because you're taller, so
I
that's
was the
a
taller.
good sport to be taller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our gymnasts are not tall. They're kind of like little
No,
bite
once
size.
you hit a certain height, they're like, "Ooh, no, you're not going to be
You're
able
done.
to do much here."
You're done. We
If
don't
you're
care
a
that you
guy-
destroyed all your joints and dedicated your life to this. You're 5'3". Well, that was another. But bringing in Monica has turned. I don't know if it is Monica that has done this, but our subject matter has gotten a little bit loose. We're just like sort of chatting about whatever.
I have ADHD, so I just spread it out. Well, as a swimmer, the reason why I quit swimming, one of the main reasons was because it was terrible for my hair.
Okay. Also,
So
this
we
is
can
leading
transition
and
into some hair.
Wow.
And with
Did
that,
it
I
turn it green or something?
It was just
you
all
blonde at the time?
frizzled and orange and.
So you were the lady from the Magic School Bus.
It was horrible. I remember one time I was standing I was standing outside with friends, and there was a street light behind me. We were in middle school, so kids are so sweet. And this kid goes, "You have a halo of frizz around your head."
Some kid's like, you look like shit. At the
It's
bus
like
stop.
the lights back here and just the ring of frizz that just sits on the outside of my hair was just like a perfect fro of frizz, just separated out like Saturn's rings, just illuminated by
So
this
it's
light.
like where you look like the Virgin Mary on a candle, but with like frizzy hair or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not when I quit. But yeah, later on I was like, dude, I'm gonna have to shave my fucking head at this point.
This chlorine is killing me.
It's rough.
Yeah, and now half the time you just come to work looking like that because you didn't feel like doing anything.
That's true. I don't have to.
Amazing how things change.
I'm
Like
an
that.
adult.
Well, on that note, we've got, I wouldn't exactly call this hair in the news, but it is an article about hair that I thought we could go over. And I was looking for something for us to talk about, and I found this in Women's Health magazine. My
You're
subscription.
not allowed to read that.
My subscription to Women's Health magazine is still going. It's like as you open it, it goes like, not a woman. It closes.
Access denied.
Oh man. This says the 5 biggest lies you've been told about your hair. We separate strand fact from fiction. Ooh. And I was like wondering what these were going to be. You guys have any guesses as like what's a lie? Let's all guess like a one lie that we can think of that we think people have been told, and we'll see if it's in this article.
I'll bet one of them is you should shampoo it all the time.
Shampoo every day.
Yeah.
We got Ben shampoo every day. This is Family Feud right
Yeah.
now. Show me shampoo every day.
Oh,
we
we could
need
use
Steve Harvey.
the green screen would be great for that.
Oh yeah.
I would think putting food in your hair as like a mask or a treatment.
Okay, that any specific food? Or are you gonna go
I feel like it's eggs. I feel like
eggs?
mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise
Yeah.
hair treatment.
Coconut
You think
oil.
that's at the top?
Coconut
Mayonnaise
oil.
hair treatment.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say that. What do they got on there?
You've already. Oh, you haven't.
I haven't
this?
read. No, I have not gone into it. I was gonna say
Jake doesn't read.
Yeah.
He needs
have
us
Monica-
to. He
Monica
has
will
to have
read
me
it.
look over his shoulder and go, sound it out.
Jesus, Monica. What's a good one? Let's see. That cutting your hair makes it grow faster.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think at least 2 out of those 3 are on the board.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
we
gonna
got
say
1 strike.
I'm gonna say mine and yours are on there possibly, and Monica's is way out there. No one knows
What?
Let's see
what she's talking about?
what happens.
Is show me mayonnaise? No.
That's the thing on
I've
Family
been-
Feud. Like people get too specific with their answer. You got to be as vague as possible on Family Feud and make them tell you to refine it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also been reading women's magazines longer than you guys have, so I might.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I would rather. When I was really young, I had a magazine that had ladies in it that I stole from my dad's
Yeah,
room.
definitely. Actually, you are correct because we were never reading.
We weren't reading it.
Jacob, where'd my women's health magazine go?
Is that what it's called? Hustle yourself to help.
They had hair.
All right.
Their hair was styled.
All right. Here, Monica, prove yourself. Read this.
Read it.
Read these articles.
No, I'm going to go down to wherever
Okay,
the
good.
list is.
Yeah, you don't have to read all of it. Just start.
Oh,
getting
here
into
we
the
go.
list.
Okay.
Skim it a little bit, probably.
The growing one. Okay.
Wait, what do we got? The
the
first
myth.
myth.
The myth. Getting regular trims will help your hair grow faster.
Oh boy,
Number one, number one.
answer.
Okay.
Would you like to steal or
What does it- what does it say
play or
about it?
pass?
Well,
So
we
it
know
says
the
myth,
answer.
but what does it? What does it
Hair
have to
normally
say?
grows a half an inch every 4 weeks.
That's true. I agree
getting
with that.
getting a fresh cut every 2 weeks won't speed up that process. However, trimming your ends every 6 to 8 weeks will help you maintain your hair's shape and prevent splitting the hair shaft, which then just kind of unravels up.
Yeah, that is true. That is a good answer. I'm like, who did this? They
That
actually
was
know
Sally
things?
Sally Hirschberger.
Oh,
No, wait. See, you probably shouldn't have me read this.
Sally Hirschberger.
That is a stylist at her salon, Jay Cardenas.
Jay Cardenas. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
but
thanks.
either way,
Thanks for the info.
it's a
Great
good
answer,
source.
Jay.
Yeah.
Next myth, plucking a gray hair results in a bunch more.
Oh, I've heard of this.
That is a good one too.
They act like it's like a hydra. Like if you pull one gray hair, like 3 more hairs like sprout, and there's no way to defeat it.
Yeah, dumb.
Yeah. If you see the reality, if you see a gray hair sticking out like a sore thumb, plucking it won't make it grow tenfold, but it can actually damage your hair follicle and prevent hair from ever growing back in that spot.
Yeah, you can make yourself go bald just yanking out your gray hair. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
which
mean,
is
that's
totally
duh.
worth it.
So you guys have some grays. You're not yanking them. You've embraced yours fully.
I like my gray. I don't mind it.
Ben will be blonde any minute.
Yeah.
Allie Davis is mad, actually, because we cut your hair off and she really wanted to make you blonde. She was very into the idea of you being a blonde.
Yeah, well.
Such is life, I suppose. All right, what's the next myth we got on here?
You can become immune to your hair products.
Oh yeah, like your shampoo stops working after.
So you guys do not believe that this is a thing that after a little while the product like is just less effective? I hear this so much.
Well, I think that the case is like in a specific one where like you need moisture, you need protein or whatever. Like once you have it, then you don't need it anymore.
True.
Okay. So
yeah,
you just think it's worked, it's done its job, and it's no longer working.
You can't get it more than you can get, you know.
That makes sense. Yeah, I do feel like my hair gets tired of a product, but I just keep using it.
He's just like, whatever. I bought it, I'm using it.
Buy more product?
What does this say? Is the reality?
The environment and seasonal weather changes like humidity contribute to this. And some mass market hair brands use large quantities of silicones and other ingredients that build up on the hair shaft. At first, these coatings make your hair look smooth and shiny, but after using them repeatedly, hair can become limp and lifeless. The solution? Use a clarifying shampoo like beep, 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 beep.
Okay, boy. It's saying that if you're using cheap stuff, that it makes like a wall of
just build up
gunk that keeps the product from getting in. And that's why it's not working.
I'm really upset my option's not here so far.
There's still a chance, but it's not looking good.
Okay. The myth, going to bed with wet hair can be damaging.
Ooh, okay. I suppose I've heard that a little bit here and there.
I don't know that I've heard that.
If anything, it just makes your pillow wet and makes you a weirdo.
I think if you have...
and you have mildew inside there, it stinks.
I was going to say, I think if you have really thick hair, and people who have that kind of hair know there's going to bed with their hair wet means they wake up with soaking wet hair. There's not a difference, but their scalp gets like dandruff or like mildew,
sour.
Not just the pillow, but like their scalp definitely needs to be like dry. But for me, it's fine.
I don't do that. I just think like having a wet pillow is not a exactly comfortable thing to sleep on.
No.
Then get both sides wet?
I don't know, Jake.
No one's asking you for a solution, Monica. Read on the
We should make pillowcases that are made out of towels.
Yeah, like a...
That'd just be mildew too.
You're right. I don't do this. Okay, so the reality, it's totally fine to be lazy. Just don't hit the sheets with your wet hair in a tight ponytail or a bun, which can cause breakage. The really good news is that you can actually strengthen your hair while you sleep if you use the right product. So
that's really good news.
Which just keeps it wet. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to sleep with wet hair.
Yeah, that sounds not good.
Next one, and I think the last one.
Where's mine?
Oh, what was yours again?
You're supposed to shampoo it all the time?
They don't really, I don't think they asked, they just didn't ask the best people.
I guess not.
Yeah, they didn't ask us.
They didn't ask us.
We would have said, you don't want to put any mayonnaise on it.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't put any mayonnaise on it.
Definitely don't go to sleep with it.
Don't sleep with wet mayonnaise in your hair. Every single one is just some other mayonnaise-related myth. It's like, also, Miracle Whip is not better than mayonnaise for your hair. It's exactly the same bad.
Oh, man.
Low-fat mayonnaise is not any better either. Like
you need the fat.
Yeah, you need the fat in the mayonnaise.
Okay, the last one, the myth. You need to apply conditioner from roots to tips.
Okay.
And it says when it comes...
Is that a myth or just like a little bit of personal advice?
Yeah, who is saying, make sure you do it all the way from the roots to the ends? Whose grandma is this? Or where are they... It's stressing me out.
Suave is saying it.
Just use up as much product as possible.
Exactly.
Please.
Squeeze it out.
Yeah.
For every little piece in your hand, pour some down the drain so you have to buy more.
Yeah, just put the conditioner through the ends.
I think they could have worked harder on these. There could have been there's a few more good hair myths.
Make sure I didn't miss.
No? Didn't miss anything?
No, I didn't.
Weird.
Well, make sure you don't put mayonnaise in your hair.
I promise as well that I did not look at these. I know that my answer was the first answer, and it was
It would only take one scroll in order to see it.
I had never scrolled. This is the only instance of seeing it. I haven't even seen it. Only Monica has seen it, to be honest. I've only heard Monica explain it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see. Maybe we got one more hair in the news article that we can go over on this week's episode. If we do, let's find out. Oh, I thought this was a fun one. So you do keto intermittently. Mm-hmm. I do as well. Ben does not.
No.
This one says the one carb no one over 40 should be eating anymore because it causes your hair to thin.
Oh boy.
What carb do you think it is? Do you
Like
think
what
it's pumpernickel?
food the carb?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Right? I've just seen this article. I have no idea what's going on in the inside of the articles.
I don't even.
Is it bagels? Is it beers? Rice.
Yeah, I hope it's not.
It's not
any of
beers.
that. If
Bread?
it's bagels, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, bagels and cream cheese, a little schmear.
Yeah, I don't need that.
All right. Contrary to what some people may think, carbohydrates are an essential part of your nutrition. Your body needs a good amount of these sugar, fibers, and starches in order to function. To put it simply, carbohydrates are what give you energy. Yes, we know. We get it. Okay, let's move on. We want to know what carb.
I know the answer now that I read it.
You've already read that far down?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
You're just skipping all the.
Yeah, you're like one of these
fluff at the
speed
top.
readers that like just moves their finger along like the encyclopedia, and at the end,
I'm
goes,
using.
I know it.
I'm
I
looking
read
for
it."
keywords.
Yeah, that's like not called. That's not actually reading. So what's the answer then, Monica?
Is it sugar?
No. A diet that is rich in processed foods and refined carbs and high levels of simple sugars. Ah, damn it. It might be sugar.
Well, but it said this
Because it
avoid
affects
this
your
food,
hormones.
It says.
It's saying that refined carbs and processed sugars. That's the answer.
So that's like every food.
Yeah, it says basically
So
what
what?
this means is if you eat cereals, pastries,
Processed
pastas.
foods.
Yeah, exactly. It's like your body starts releasing this hormone that shrinks your hair follicle down. So if you're eating like fried foods, processed sugars and stuff, then you maybe will go bald faster than if you weren't.
Yeah.
Well, that's still not worth it.
Ben's like, I'm going to go have a
The-
cannoli and a beer right now. Well, Ben, you wouldn't have a cannoli.
Ben has a thick head of hair.
No.
He does. Ben has
So-
a beautifully thick head of hair.
And
Over
I eat
40.
Sugar and carbs.
Eats
all the
whatever
time,
he wants.
Almost exclusively.
Do you eat a lot of sugar? I feel like you don't eat a lot of sugar.
I mean, not just by itself, I guess.
I've only seen you have like a muffin in the morning every once in a while.
Like a muffin.
You know.
Why is it so? Just the way he
Yeah,
says
like a muffin. So. But it's really, I don't see you having a lot of dessert. You don't like just order up a bunch of desserts or something, do you?
Well, no. I
Are you
guess
sneaking candies at the house? You got like candies all over the house?
No, but I do like them.
Yeah?
I don't go out of my way, though. If
Yeah.
there was some sitting here, I would have one.
Would you?
Yeah.
You like a sugar candy or a chocolate candy?
Oh, either
Like
way.
you want a Skittle or
Sure.
a Snickers?
I could go either way.
All right.
Yeah,
Ben is
I don't-
so sweet, and he's like, I refuse to.
I don't have a preference
What about you, Monica?
between those two.
If you were gonna go sugar, you're going
ice cream.
ice cream.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
lemon ice cream.
Yeah.
I go cheesecake is where I would go. I
Ugh.
want it to be like the same way that it feels once it metastasizes
Yeah,
on my
ugh.
body. I want it to feel that way in the bowl.
No, I don't like that because I don't feel like I can keep eating a lot of cheesecake in one sitting, but I could barrel through like a whole carton of ice cream.
That's true.
You
You can
know,
definitely do that.
You put the lid on it and you're like, I don't think I need more. And then you just pop the lid right off and just eat more ice
Yeah,
cream.
you don't put it in a bowl.
What's your favorite flavor?
I like pistachio ice cream.
Weird. That's so adult.
As an adult, it's a new flavor I've explored and
But
I really
it sort
enjoy.
of has like a vanilla.
It's vanilla. It tastes like almond to me, but I definitely like just plain chocolate, or like a salty caramel.
Ooh, yeah.
You know,
You know, I go chunks of stuff. That's
Yeah.
what I want in an
Yeah.
ice cream. I want chunks.
Moose tracks.
Yeah, that would be great. Love a moose tracks. Or like, there's like big pieces of Reese's and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like that.
I was listening to a podcast where they suggested doing an ice cream that has a giant Cadbury egg at the middle, and it's called Journey to the Center of the Earth. And you get a Cadbury egg as a surprise when you
I
get
just
to the
think
center.
that that's cheap because that is a large bit of ice cream that's missing.
You're missing because you got a big old
You
Cadbury
know,
egg.
and it's frozen, so it's not like it's this gooey. I guess it is. I guess we'll try it.
Yeah, I think we can try it.
We should have an ice cream eating segment on the next episode.
Well, I think we should do a hot ones,
We do the ice cream with the hot ones.
and you have the ice cream as at the end to like chill it out. But we have to punish ourselves in order to
yeah,
enjoy.
okay.
We have to balance the scales.
This is what people who obsessively diet. This is how we think.
Yeah.
We
We always have some crazy diet we're doing. So it's
We
like,
have
no,
to
we can't
punish
just eat
ourselves
ice
to
cream.
get the ice
We
cream.
have to run on a treadmill for an hour. Then we have to eat the spiciest wing in the world. And then we get to have ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we don't get to enjoy it.
And Ben's here like pretty thin and you know
just look at just svelte and does nothing besides eat ice cream and
drinking
drink beers.
beer.
This guy.
I just have lucky parents.
What? You have lucky
I
parents.
have
Your
lucky
parents-
genes.
Lucky
because
genes.
of
Your
my
parents are lucky to have you.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
On that note, I think we're about out of time for this week's episode of This Is a Bad Idea podcast. Thanks for being on, Monica.
Thanks for
again.
having me again.
It's working out. I think that will keep you. Ben fell asleep. Okay. All right. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Bye.